This is Ruben Lowing. It's Saturday evening. A little late. Got a late start doing my leadership talk today. I caught a video of Ed Milet, where he was announcing that he was getting back in the WFG business. Not because he needed the money, but he was getting 8 figures guaranteed from the company, and he got his code number back, and he's back at it, and with the business. And his reason is because he sees the need for it in this country. Okay. And there's something that oh yeah. And he says how he's talking about he's going to get David Goggins, right? To come and talk to the people at WFG. I'm like, oh, is that so? I had David Goggins committed to me in person that he'd come to the Rio Grande Valley, and he wanted $50,000, and I couldn't get it, and of course he got way bigger demand than that, right? And having him talk at a WFG convention, that'll be interesting. That will be very interesting. But I was looking him up on Instagram after watching his video, and he posted a question. If you were to go back when you were 5 years old and talk to that precious 5-year-old you, what would you tell you? And I got to thinking that there's some things that were intense that happened in my life when I was 5 years old. Scary stuff. And so if I were me now and I was to talk to that boy that experienced what he experienced, I would tell him what I tell my subconscious mind every morning after I read my scriptures and do my meditation. I'd say, you are ultra powerful. You've done some amazing things. People won't even believe. But you're going to do even more. But you gotta keep your thoughts in check, and you gotta listen to that voice of God in the Holy Spirit. Okay? And He's gonna make you go even further and do even greater things. It's really interesting, being down here. There's nobody around me that knows me when I did the things I did. There's nobody telling them what Ruben did, And I have to just, I have to deal with people that think that I'm not much. They think, I don't know what they think, I would never think of anybody, what I think people think of me, It's interesting. It's very interesting. We're going through a really crazy time right now. The fear and the misinformation that's being put out it's overwhelming. There's no law in Texas that says you have to wear a mask into a business. It's recommended. There are recommendations, but if they call the sheriff's department, there's no law that they could arrest you for the and then there are laws that restrict you from wearing masks because the amount of oxygen that gets through when you're wearing a mask is not enough to meet the OSHA standards. It's actually illegal to make you wear a mask. But you couldn't tell anybody that at Walmart. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. You know, I got to thinking, what would it be like if people were as fanatical about eating the right kind of foods, getting the right kind of nutrition in their body, and exercising the proper amount as they are about wearing a mask? Would we have the problem we have now? Because that's why we have to wear the masks, because we're protecting people. It's to protect the people that didn't eat right and exercise, and now they're compromised. So we have to be socially distant and wear masks to protect them. And I feel for them. You know, I wish I could have been around when they were 5 years old and said something to them to put them on a different path. All right. Have a great night.